Hey friends, this is the eNews for the week of March 13th, and I hope it finds you well. We are already halfway through and nearing the end of the season of Lent, but I want to encourage you, we have 2 more Wednesday night dinners and studies, so I hope that you can come in person or join us online. And I also want to remind you to sign up for the Seder or the Passover meal, which will be the Thursday of Holy Week. So that would be Thursday, March 28th. Please register so we can prepare enough seats and enough of the food for the Seder that you can participate. There are also other things online to register for, like the New Testament Live Walk Through the Bible program that will be here in April. So please take note of everything that's listed on the eNews in the call on the website. I wanted to share with you an experience I had this past week. Last Friday, I was the officiant at a funeral service for a gentleman who was 100 years old. 100 years, 6 months, several weeks old. And it was a grand celebration, and his 4 adult children all spoke, and it was a glowing celebration of their father, the lessons he taught them, the way he lived his life. He was sort of a Renaissance man. In fact, he taught himself how to play the organ. He did things like that. He was a World War II veteran. He was a part of that greatest generation that Tom Brokaw has written his book about. But at that funeral, I reminded them that while the number of days and years matters, it's who's with us in that time that matters most. And so even after 100 years, we still die. There's still an end to this earthly life. And then after that funeral, immediately and directly, I went to the hospital to visit a newborn infant. And of course, from a 100-year-old gentleman's funeral to the second day of somebody's life on earth, it was the betwixt and the between, the end and the beginning. And for me, it was kind of a wonderful reminder of God's faithfulness in all days and in all seasons of life. But both at the funeral and in the hospital with this child, I read Psalm 139. And I think it's fitting and appropriate that we hear these words. O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from afar. You search out my path and my lying down. You are acquainted with all my ways. Even before a word is on my tongue, O Lord, you know it altogether. You hem me in behind and before, and you lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is so wonderful. Where shall I go from your spirit, or where shall I flee from your presence? If I ascend to heaven, you are there. If I make my bed in the depths, you are there. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand shall lead me, and your right hand shall hold me. If I say, surely the darkness shall cover me, and the light about me be night, even the darkness is not dark to you. The night is bright as the day, for darkness is as light to you. Before I continue, let me just say, I think what the psalmist is saying, that in all of life, God is present with us in His Spirit. In the darkness, the beginning, at the end, wherever we go, in all circumstances, in all situations. And so I'm reminded of that, particularly in our day, as I talk with people, as I care for members of this church and our community, because life is hard these days. There's a lot of suffering and struggle on different levels. And I want us to be reminded that there is nowhere or nothing that can happen in our life where God is not present with us and the Spirit of God is not there for us. The psalmist continues, "You formed my inward parts. You knitted me together in my mother's womb. I praise you, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. My frame was not hidden from you when I was born in that secret place, intricately woven together in the depths of the earth. Your eyes saw my unformed substance. In your book were written, every one of them, all the days that were formed for me, when as yet there were none of them. Isn't that something? Every day of our life is ordained by God, even before they come to be. There is no day that is an accident. There is no day that is outside of God's providence and sovereignty. Every day has been ordained for us. And the psalmist ends this by saying, search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me, know my thoughts, and lead me in the ways that are everlasting. So I want to encourage you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. No matter how broken you feel or broken down your body may be, no matter how much suffering or struggle you are having mentally or emotionally, the God who made you loves you and is with you. There is nowhere you can go and nothing that can happen that will take his presence from you. May you know that so that you can have peace. May you know that the God who formed you also holds you in the palm of his hand. I do realize that for many, these days are hard. I don't believe that God calls us to avoid the difficult days, but to remember that in those days, we are not alone. He is faithful. I'll look forward to seeing you in worship in these next few weeks. Holy Week is coming soon. Easter, Resurrection Day, is the hallmark of the Christian faith. I hope you will plan on being with us on that Sunday, March 31st. But even before that, the services the week before are so meaningful. They add such depth to our faith. I hope you will come then also. If we can be the presence of God for you in any way, please reach out and let us know. Give us an email, a phone call, or a text. We love you. Take care. God bless. Have a great day.